Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with another update to your forecast, and today we're going to be going over the potentially historic snowstorm for the future. This will be coming this week, all the way probably till the end of the week, and today we'll be reviewing the areas that are going to be affected by this storm. Not only is there going to be a potentially historic snowstorm, there is also going to be an ice storm going on for the Great Lakes all the way up into areas of Ontario. Not only that, there is also a marginal risk for severe weather on the day that this storm arrives. Now, to start this off, we're going to be looking at the snow, which starts off in the western side of the country and slowly progresses its way northeast. The snow is expected to be around a foot in the higher elevations, but notice that patch between Minnesota, Wisconsin, and up into the UP of Michigan. There is an area that could possibly be up to a foot of snow, and areas of North Dakota, Nebraska, and other places in the upper plains also getting in on around anywhere from 6 to 10 inches. And now it's time to go over the ice, and we're using the NAM here, and it does show ice in Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan, and you might think seeing an inch is pretty worrying. Ice storms are the hardest thing to predict, and this track is going to change not only in intensity, but in the area. It can move north, it can move south, but I don't think it's going to be an inch of ice. I think we're looking possibly at maybe up to a half inch in certain locations, but I don't think it's going to be an inch. Every model that I've looked at so far has had some sort of variation in the amount of freezing rain that will fall, so since we're looking at the freezing rain, not all of this is going to stick to the ground, but most of the models are showing a more South Michigan track, with some outliers showing a North Michigan track. Though overall, I do expect that the lower peninsula of Michigan is definitely getting affected. Areas of northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, the middle of Iowa, and very eastern portions of Nebraska are gonna all have some sort of ice accumulation, and Ontario definitely getting in on a lot of ice accumulation as well. And this is obviously going to deviate slightly to the south or north, maybe even to the west or east, depending on how this goes. What kind of determines the ice is the temperatures. If you can see non-freezing and freezing right next to each other, it typically means that the rain is not completely falling to the ground, and it freezes just before it hits the ground. So it's still rain, but it's not snow, but it's a mix. And this can cause slight accumulations of ice, and depending on how severe it is or how long it lasts, the more ice there is. Now looking at the NAM for the radar in the future, it does show the system moving through on the 22nd to 23rd, and you do see that ice moving in, of course a little bit more northern than some of the models show, but this is 3 days out, and this is probably going to change in the next coming days, but it's still a good idea to prepare if you're in any of these states in the areas that I noted earlier, so that you are prepared when this ice storm does hit. And now to go to the severe weather risk down south, there's a marginal risk in place for areas around Dallas, Memphis, Fort Worth, Arlington, places around there. And this does carry the risk for tornadoes, but is very small currently. The main threats are going to be tornadoes and most likely wind. And what about the future systems that are coming? As you can see, the first storm gets out of our hair by the end of the week, but towards the end of February, you see this huge system come crashing in to the eastern side of the United States. Definitely could be a severe weather maker all the way from the plains into the east, but this is hundreds of hours out, and it's going to definitely change, not only in appearance but intensity. And that's going to be all I have for this video. Sorry if I haven't been making such a consistent upload schedule lately. School's been kind of busy. I'll try to get better at consistency later in the future. But if you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe, please. And that's going to do it. I'll see you in the next forecast video. Goodbye.